Good morning, stamping friends. How's everyone today? I'm doing pretty good, and I gotta say, happy Friday. I love Fridays. Well, you guys are in for a treat today, literally, because I made a little treat package that has some goodies in it, and I need some for this weekend. So I thought, as I was putting it together, I thought, why am I not gonna show everybody else this too, instead of just making a onesie thing for myself? So I'm gonna share it, and the idea is that you could reproduce these and make some summer type gifts for your family or your friends. And you know me, I always like themed gifts. So I'm came up with this, and it uses a bundle that we haven't had for a while, but it's finally back in stock. So let's start with today's project. Well, I've been waiting quite a while to play with this little bundle here. This is called Sweet Strawberry, and I'm featuring this in today's YouTube live. And this was on back order for the longest time, and it was in the middle of COVID. And so Stampin' Up just had a hard time getting this, but it is finally here and in stock. And do you know, if you buy these two together, you get it at a bundled savings of 10%. So you can get both items for only $32.25. So let's get started with today's little project. This one is not going to be a card. We are actually going to make a little gift type thing. And what I did was I bought this so long ago. I think I got it at Michael's or one of the craft stores, but it's just a single little berry basket. And then I put the green shredded paper in here that I also bought at a craft store. I have boxes and boxes of this that I like to use for projects like this. And then I went to Bath and Body Works, and I am such a theme girl for gifts. So I found strawberry pound cake. It's a hand soap, kind of the gel kind. So what I'm going to do is just make this little gift thing, and this is going to be for my mother-in-law. And I like to stick things in the basket first and then put the stuffing around it. If you put the stuffing in first, this kind of balances and tips all over the place, and you want a solid standing soap. So just stuff it around there, and that way it's not going to do the balancing act. And just try to get all the sides, and that is all we have to do really to dress that up. Now we're also going to add a little treat in here, and I have some of these stashes of chocolate candy hearts left over from Valentine's. I'm hoping they aren't old enough that they turn to white chocolate, but I think we're going to be okay. And then you're going to want to take your punch, and we will just punch. You have to be strategic when you use this punch, because if you use a big sheet of paper, you're going to waste all this. So let me see what I measured. Let me grab my ruler quick. I'll tell you about the perfect width for when you're punching a bunch of these. It's about 1 1/8 inch. You probably can get by with 1 inch. No, I'd say 1 1/8. And so just start punching from the top, and then you can just slide it up and punch another one, and see how it kind of goes in that little grid there. So I'll just do a couple of them, but I made a whole bunch of these, and get rid of the scraps here. Now you're gonna be using a few glue dots, so you're gonna want to have these handy while you're making this project. So what I do is just take a glue dot and put it on the back of, and by the way, this cardstock is garden green, and I thought that was a good strawberry stem color. And let's do another one. We got to add some kind of treat in here. Now you have to be careful in Arizona with chocolate, because it does not do well in the mail. So this is going to be a hand-given gift, and I will keep the chocolate out of the sun before I give it to her. I have to tell you a funny story, well, as I get into the project, but my dad always used to send Valentines, and we lived in Minnesota. He lived in Arizona. So one year he sent me a box of chocolates, and it was February in Arizona, so it can be, you know, like 90 degrees in February or 80. So when it came to Minnesota, it was one big solid piece of chocolate. And I thought, oh, this is creative. I've never seen this before, but turns out it had all melted. So that's my silly story on melted chocolate. All right, so before I was on camera, I made a bunch of these, and we're just going to sprinkle these in here to kind of dress this up. Like I said, I love themed gifts. So when I have an idea or something in mind that I want to do, I just go gung-ho, and I look everywhere for anything that could be, you know, that goes with that theme. So I did Google this before I came on to make sure that you can still get this, and you can get heart-shaped. You can even get Reese's as well. They might be a little bit bigger, but you can get these Hershey's heart-shaped candies. Okay, I have one more here. Let's put it in the back. All right, now the gift part is done. Now, when you go to Bath and Body Works, I want to tell you a little secret. They give these bags away now for free if you buy anything there, and whenever I go, I stock up on these, and they just say, take as many as you need. I mean, I only take 2 or 3 at a time, but man, if I could, I would take 50 of them. But you know what's nice about these is they're gusseted, and they have kind of like like an iridescent look to them. But the good thing is anytime you give a gift and it's maybe a little bit wider on the base, these bags are the bomb. So let's see if I can stick it in here without getting my big head in the way. I always do that in my videos, so I apologize for that. So see how that fits nicely? All right, now we're gonna make a cute little tag to go with this. So let me move this off to the side for now, and let's work on that tag. All right, so the die set I used is called Painted Labels, and there's only 2 dies of this shape in there. I'm using Real Red and Whisper White, and we are going to stamp in Memento ink, and we're going to use the one that says, "That was so sweet of you." I'm making this little thank you gift for my mother-in-law, and so just stamp that right smack in the middle, and then we're gonna I don't think I need this color again. We are going to use dimensionals. Oh my, I should show you my desk to the side of me. I cannot even find anything, so I'm gonna grab a new one. It's buried somewhere. Oh, so let's just put 2 on the back side of this to pop it up and give it a little interest. And this will be the tag that will go on the outside of the gift. So that was so sweet of you, and I do have a really sweet mother-in-law. I know a lot of people have stories like monster-in-law, but mine is the sweetest lady. All right, now we are going to add a strawberry since it is a strawberry theme. And I'm going to give you a little hint when you make these, because sometimes you can waste a lot of paper, like I said, because there's so many so many cutouts here that you don't want to waste paper. So what I like to do is cut them in the strips that will fit. If you can see this, I'll stamp it and it's the perfect width, and then you're not wasting all of, oh, I still have some green in there for my leaf. Then you don't punch into that stuff up there. So 1.5 inch wide, and you can even make it a long strip if you're gonna do a bunch of them. And actually, you probably think that I would be grabbing my Real Red for this to make it match, but I played with so many reds, and actually my favorite strawberry color is Poppy Parade. I think it looks a little bit closer to the real strawberry color. I had to get a scrap piece because I don't want to ink my desktop here, just in case I go over it. All right, so let's grab the stamp set has an outline and the fill-in here. So I like to do tone on tone, but you could do black if you wanted. So when you stamp, you want to match what is in the punch. So I want the bottom of actually the top of the strawberry on the bottom. You'll see what I mean when I do this. All right, so just stamp like that. Now the hard part is when I stamp at an angle, sometimes I don't always get it in the center. And if I put my head in there, then you will only see my head and no stamping. I think I'm off a little bit. All right, now we're only gonna put 1 on because there's not a lot of room on this tag. So just stick it in here and punch it, and see how the seeds are already punched in there. And even though I'm using the same tone, it looks darker. It's just how they make the stamps. It's called distinctive stamping when they have shading like that. It's like a magic trick. It just automatically does that. Now we're gonna do the same thing when we do the leaves, or the stem, I should say. Look at your punch to see how it goes. Okay, we can see that the stem part is up, so we wanna make sure when we stamp, it's up like that. So we will take the matching green, which was garden green. And like I said before, I like to do the outline stamp first. For some reason, it's easier for me to line up after I do the outline. So the outline, and then the fill in, and this one. There, it's off a little bit, but when we punch it, it'll be okay. All right, so just stick it in there and punch. And like I said, it's kind of the watercolory look, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me put this stuff to the side. All right, now, whoops. You can either take a glue dot or a multi-purpose liquid glue. Why can I never say that? All right, we'll just use a glue dot. And we will stick this on the strawberry. And then we're just gonna, whoops, get it centered on here. There, all in our matching colors. Now we're gonna get our dimensional. You know me, I always have to clean up my workspace, and we'll grab a large dimensional and we're just gonna put it on the very corner bottom on the right side here, and we'll just kind of tilt it to the right a little bit. And the last part we have is grab your hole punch. This is probably from my high school years, it's so old, but it's just the, I think it's the 1/8 inch. Just punch a circle here. I want to do one more little part before we put this in the cellophane bag. And what we're going to do is grab your glue dots, and we're just going to put the glue dots starting in the back side, and we're just going to put one glue dot in the middle of all 4 sides. And I'm not sure if you're going to be using the same kind of container I have, or you may find a berry basket that's plastic, or you may find maybe a ceramic one. You can, you know, just see what you can find in case you can't find this exact one. But whoops, that one's not going to go on. So you may have to maybe use hot glue, but I'm pretty sure glue dots are going to work on this. This is kind of a, well, this does not want to stick. This is kind of like a cardboard. And the hard part is it wants to stick to my fingers. All right, we have it on all 4 sides. And start with your ribbon again and just go on all the sides and wrap it around. We just have to dress up the basket a little bit more. And just kind of go the same distance around and just pinch it where it hits the glue dot. And I guess we're going to need one more to end it. We'll go right on top of the ribbon. All right, now get my scissors again and overlap it just a little bit, like that. And then one more little touch that it needs in the front again. I made this before, it was on camera, but we're going to just put a cute little bow on the front like this. Whoops, yeah, it came off. All right, right in the center. That just dresses that up a little bit. All right, now we are ready to put this in the little cellophane bag. So let's drop that in there. And then we'll just gather the top. And let me get my red ribbon, same satin ribbon that I just used. And I just cinch it. That's one other thing that's nice. When you pull it tight, it doesn't let loose. Now we are gonna just stick that point through the hole on the tag. I can see it's fraying a little bit, so sometimes you may have to just cut that again and make it a sharper point. Whoops. String that through. All right, then we're gonna tie one more time, like this. Kind of angle the tag a little bit, and then just tie a pretty little bow. And hopefully you can see this at the angle that the camera is at. You can kind of putz with that a little bit there. All right, that was so sweet of you. And there's our little strawberry themed package with some chocolate and some soap and a cute little tag. So I hope you enjoyed this project today, and I want to remind you that if you see anything you like and want to purchase any of these products, please go to my Stampin' Up website. I will post the link for you, and if you could do me a favor and use the host code, that is UXV99QP9. And remember, if you place a $35 order or more, that will qualify you for Creative You, and you will get 3 free projects in the mail. Again, there's no stamping allowed. Stampin' Up's policy does not allow us to do that, but you may use what you have in your stash, or maybe you want to order the things that I showed you. And so anyway, I'd appreciate that. Well, thank you so much. You guys have a great weekend, and we will see you again next week. Bye-bye.